It isn't open yet. They won't let anyone in. Don't be late, they say. We start on time. Yeah, but don't get here too early or you'll end up stuck waiting with the crowds in the lobby. Awful lot of people here. This was my daughter's idea. Season tickets. Dana signed me up without asking. Mailed in the check. $100. It was a birthday gift. She could have just given me the cash. I'd have bought some chuck roasts, put them in the freezer, made myself up some nice meals. Oh, I taught myself to cook, you know. Slow cooker makes it easy. I look up a few recipes. I can do that. But she buys me season tickets. I don't even like the theater. Waste of money, I said. Only if you don't go, she said. That girl has a mouth on her. But she's not wrong. You do not waste money. Not $100. I taught her that, so here I am again. I don't know, do I sound uneducated saying I don't like the theater? It's just, I don't feel I belong here. The jackets, the ties, I only wear them to funerals. That's when Dana bought this one for me. Yeah, I don't like the theater. It makes you think. And I don't want to think when I don't have to. What I want to do is escape. The world is shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that offensive? I just want to get away from all the shit. These plays, they talk about things that don't need talking about. No one cares. Shut up. They celebrate things that don't need celebrating. They whine about things that can't be changed. Shut up. No one cares. See, I don't care what it is about your life that's so great or what it is that makes your life so tough. That's fair. You don't care about me or my story either. That's fair as well. How about this? How about we just get through it? Just go home and go to bed. Wake up the next morning and go to work again, and go home and go to bed again. Do that for 50 years. And maybe squeeze in a vacation or two along the way before you die. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go around saying everything that pops into your mind. No one wants to hear it. And no one needs to care about you. You know, Dana said it had been a year, and she was wrong about that. It's been more than a year, but she only started counting on, well, the day. She didn't know what it was like before that, and that's okay. She didn't have to. I was taking care of things, but nobody wanted to hear about it, or think about it, or talk about it, so she has her mother's taste. Did I say that already? Yeah, I don't like the theater. I don't like most theater. I don't like most shows. But there was this one show. Did you see it? It was about 6 months ago. There was a lady who wanted parades, but she was in a haze. She missed the bright lights in the big city and everything that had made her feel good. She had had a life, and she loved it, but it was gone. And ever since then, she was walking around in a haze. She knew there were still parades out there somewhere, but she wanted to be in a parade. And oddly enough, I knew what she meant. I knew how she felt. She was there still, but she wasn't. And she wanted to get back to everything she was missing. So she told it to someone else, and then she told it to herself, and then she told it to all of us. And she was singing the entire time. It's hard to explain. I think I understand musicals least of all. But there was a moment when that lady was singing, and she looked right at me. And she saw me. And I felt something. Did Dana put her up to that? Did Dana tell her about me? Did she pay her to look right at me when she sang what she sung? I don't think so. I don't think Dana has those kinds of connections. But in that moment, I thought I knew how that lady felt. And I think she knew how I felt too. So then Dana passed me a handkerchief, and I took it. I hadn't brought one. A tie is one thing, but a handkerchief? Yeah, but I used it to dry my eyes, and I handed it back to her. And then Dana took my hand and she squeezed it. And she whispered, "It's okay, Pop. It's gonna be okay." And she hadn't called me Pop since. So then the lady in the show, she appeared at the top of this grand staircase wearing a beautiful red dress. And she came down the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs, she was met by a group of waiters. And she danced with the waiters, and people fell in love and didn't fall in love. I don't know. I don't like most shows, musicals especially, and I couldn't even tell you how that one ended. But what I can say is, when that lady looked at me and sang, okay, that was nice. So now here I am explaining this to all of you. And maybe you understand it, maybe you don't. And that's okay. Maybe we don't need to understand it. Maybe all we're meant to do is appreciate it. Maybe that's all we're meant to do. Oh, they're opening up now. They're letting people in. I guess it takes a while sometimes. Well, enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Don. Enjoy the show.
So, the president agreed. He'll speak at the dedication.
This afternoon,
Oh,
after you.
what the devil, what are you doing?
Nothing! Let me go!
Not in your life. Who the hell are you?
Nobody! I'm a reporter!
What are you doing here? What do you think you're doing?
Please, let me go! You're hurting me! I only want to interview Benson Borglum!
You broke in. You're not allowed. You're a criminal. With a hammer?
You're in big trouble, that's what you are.
I'm researching an article about Benson Borglum, the sculptor.
The nerve.
You don't understand. We're going to send you to prison for a long, long time.
Let me see your credentials.
Come on.
What kind of reporter are you? Breaking and entering.
No, please! I mean no harm. I only want to interview Benson Borglum.
Come with me. We're going to see the sheriff.
Oh, wait a minute, Norbeck.
Norbit? Did he say Norbit? Are you Senator Peter Norbit?
I am, and you and I are going to see the sheriff and the authorities.
No, wait. Maybe we can use her. She's press. She won't run away. You have her papers, I have her weapon, let her go. All right, Miss Reporter Lady. Proceed. Begin. Interview away. Dateline, August 10th, 1927. Keystone, South Dakota. Dedication of the National Monument for Mount Rushmore. Begin.
Do I?
Yes, go on.
Let me think. Senator Peter Norbit, you're the one who invited Gutzon Borglum to oversee the construction of the memorial.
Correct.
Why?
We didn't expect that Mount Rushmore would do wonders for the state's economy. Frankly, we intend to turn the Black Hills into a prime tourist destination.
No, I mean, why did you choose Gutzon Borglum?
Who better? The man is a veritable genius. He's an American Rodin. You can quote me on this. I count it among the great experiences of my life to work with a man of such intellect and high character.
I see. Did you ever consider retaining a different sculptor? One that was more patriotic?
I've never met a man who loved his country more.
Really? Isn't it true that he once accepted a commission down in Stone Mountain, Georgia to build a Confederate monument? A monument to the enemies of his country?
Mr. Borglum is no longer associated with that undertaking.
And you're entirely mischaracterizing Cold Mountain.
Please don't interrupt, sir. I'm interviewing the senator. Who are you?
Gutzon Borglum, at your service.
You? The mad artist?
He's not mad.
They say wherever he goes, discord follows.
Oh, that's enough, Peter, if you please. Go see if you can summon a law enforcement officer or a Secret Service. The area's crawling with them. We'll send this urchin to some prison. Go on, there's a telephone in my office.
You can't hold me here. I haven't done anything.
You were bent on destroying my priceless model of art. For all I know, you were bent on attacking me personally.
I wasn't going to attack you.
Oh, no?
I'm not a violent person.
Then what the heck is this for?
I was going to do the same thing you did down in Stone Mountain when you smashed the models into a million pieces.
Stone Mountain models belong to me. And why did I do it? Those hair-brained, congressional, Confederate people, they wanted to destroy my model. Was I going to leave it there under the hands of some inexperienced person? No, never. So I demolished it, and not with some wooden hammer. I used an axe.
I should have brought an axe.
Why are you here? Don't tell me your newspaper dispatched you to deface my model.
Nobody sent me. I'm acting alone.
But why?
A protest. A symbolic protest.
There's nothing symbolic about vandalism. When I think of what you were going to do, I was going to...
You can lock me up. That will only advance my mission.
Which is?
To draw public attention to what's going on here.
I'll tell you what's going on here. I am creating the largest model in the history of the world. A temple, a modern acropolis, unrivaled on earth. I am the American Foothills, building and establishing an ultimate pantheon of noble Americans.
You mean noble Americans like the triggers you meant to enthrone at Stone Mountain? Robert E. Lee, Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson?
Don't scoff at the leaders of the rebellion. These were men of principles and integrity. We don't merely erase their memories merely because they chose the losing side. I have no problem exalting both Lee and Lincoln. And you can put that in your little article.
Aren't you demeaning Abraham Lincoln, the man who saved the Union?
You ignorant fool. I named my first son after Abraham Lincoln.
It's true, he did.
Let's see. Didn't your Stone Mountain model include an altar to the Ku Klux Klan, or am I mistaken?
What nonsense.
Oh, no, Peter, she's right. The Confederation insisted.
Complete with knight riders dressed in sheets, determined to save the South from Negro domination?
What is she talking about, Gutzon?
I am no longer associated with Stone Mountain. That's past. My subjects here are the immortals who established and expanded the American
On
empire.
the backs of conquered people.
Only the greatest people will be enshrined. Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Roosevelt.
And yellow hair?
Who?
Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer. Isn't he on your list of outstanding individuals?
What did you call her?
Forgive me, we call him Yellow Hair.
But the only people who dubbed him Yellow Hair were
The Sioux. I am a Glala Sioux.
Well, I'll be.
Forgive me for reminding you, but we defeated your prideful, headstrong Custer in battle, and now you lionize him on land you stole from us.
He isn't being lionized. He isn't included in the monument.
No?
Well, no. Well, he is actually secondarily in bas relief.
Since when?
Oh, I included it in the plans. It was just on the bottom here.
Without telling me?
And you entirely mischaracterized stealing the Black Hills.
6 grandfathers. My people named that mountain generations ago, long before your Charles Rushmore, whoever he was, decided to honor himself.
Whatever you call it, the Black Hills are a territorial part of South Dakota.
Not so. These are Sioux lands.
Oh, you're treating
Your United States government guaranteed, and I quote, guaranteed that the Black Hills will be set apart for the absolute and undisturbed use by the Sioux forevermore. Guaranteed.
Where is she getting this?
The Fort Laramie Treaty.
Exactly, Senator. The Fort Laramie Treaty, Article 2. And the first white man to violate it within 6 years of his signing was
George Armstrong Custer.
yellow-haired himself, dispatched by the United States Army in search of gold. And he found it, which inevitably led to the endless waves of greedy white men, flooding the Black Hills and driving my people out.
It was inevitable, but it was manifest destiny and unfortunate.
And now you want to build a monument to your great white chief, paragons of your so-called civilization.
Yes, that is my honor. The God-ordained destiny of Gutzenborg.
This strutting peacock has no right to look down on my people.
It's true, Gutson. You really have to show some respect.
No, you can't hang this on me. I grew up on the plains with your people. 9 times out of 10, I would trust a red man over a white man. No doubt, the Native American has been mistreated, but what's done is done. I'm sorry, young lady.
You intend to dynamite our beautiful hills. That's not done yet.
I intend to replace it with a magnificent ballroom sculpture. It would be wonderful. Leave it to man to improve upon God's work.
You must not let him do this. The hills are sacred to my people.
Oh, sacred to you. There are 5,000 souls waiting for the dedication, including the President of the United States. You cannot stop the tide.
I am compelled by the Great Spirit to try. That is my honor. The God-ordained destiny of Lucy Black Elk.
Who are you?
Lucy Black Elk.
Are you kin to the Mystic Chief?
Black Elk is my father. You'll be sending protesters every day until you abandon this desecration.
Oh, those protesters will be arrested.
Throw me in prison if you like, but he does not deserve your contempt.
It's true, Gutson. Her father is a holy medicine man.
I'm not disputing that. I'm only saying that these people will be thrown in jail if they're protesters. There's no disputation. I'm not disputing that. These are the finest people. I have great respect for the Sioux. They're Sitting Bull.
Tatanka Leotage,
Red Cloud.
Mapia Luta, and greatest of all, Tashanka Witko.
Who?
Tashanka Witko, my father's cousin. Crazy horse to you. He slew Custer in fair battle, and in return you murdered him in cold blood.
She's right. There was something heroic about Crazy Horse.
And yet you build no monument to him. Do we forget his memory because he chose the losing side? Well,
Gutson, if I could have a word.
No. I'll take care of this. All right, Miss Lucy Black Elk, I'll strike a bargain with you. Tell your father that if the great white spirits grant me life, and when the present stage is completed, I will undertake to carve the face of Crazy Horse to dwell in the mountains with the great white chiefs.
a statue of Tashanka Witko? Here? At 6 grandfathers?
A mammoth likeness, I promise, right next to Abraham Lincoln. And tell your father that I will invite him to be the guest of honor at the dedication ceremony. Tell him that.
Tell him from my prison cell.
It's true, the sheriff must be nearly here.
You should skedaddle and go out the back door. Wait. Oh, yes. Here, take these. We won't need these.
Well, a monument to Crazy Horse.
It'll never happen.
You lied to her?
Well, not exactly. I told her when the present project is completed, I'll undertake it. What's the chances I'll live that long?
But you promised.
We don't need Black Elk and his protesters coming up our venture. It'll be the greatest time with our venture.
I see.
Something bothering you?
The addition of Custer to the memorial, were you planning on mentioning it in your speech today?
Oh, yes, it'll be a grand surprise. A great big finish. Even Coleridge doesn't know. Oh, the crowd will go wild.
Take it out.
What? What do you mean? Why would I do that?
George Custer has no place on Mount Rushmore.
Are you crazy? In this state, Custer is a bigger draw than George Washington himself. Why would I take out the greatest war hero in the history of this land off of Mount Rushmore?
Custer is no hero of mine.
I'm sorry. I should have spoken to you earlier about this.
This is not a negotiation. Bad enough that you promised the statue of Crazy Horse, another broken treaty in the making, but now you've gone too far. No Custer memorial. I swear to you, Gutson, if you so much as mention the name of George Custer this afternoon, I swear to you I will draw my entire support from the entire enterprise. In the absence of government sponsorship, the entire project will collapse, and you know it.
Oh, you can't do this. This means as much to you as it does to me.
No Custer, Gutson. Strike it.
Oh, another Judas. I am forever surrounded by traitors and ignorant people. God. No, I was bluffing. Ha! My legacy, my masterpiece, my temple.
Hi, Sandra, I'm so sorry I'm late. I brought you a peace offering. You just have to keep it watered.
The thought that counts. Thanks. I'll put it over here.
I hope it's okay for you to still see me.
Mrs. B, you're 25 minutes late again. You know that we go through this every time, and whenever I get behind like this, I end up playing catch up all day. Have a seat.
Thank you.
All right. How have you been?
Well, my arthritis has been acting up this last few weeks, and I think I'm going to need my gallbladder removed. And then I'm having pain in my side. Do you think it's appendicitis? I have been constipated for the last few days, and let me tell you, I would rather have diarrhea. And then I've got this rash here.
Okay, I meant, how are your teeth?
Oh, my teeth.
Yeah.
I like to floss. Flossing is such a drag. The floss gets stuck in my teeth, and it's messy, and it takes so long, and then my gums bleed whenever I floss. So I just
Yes. You know the reason that they're bleeding is because you're not flossing, right? It's a catch-22.
What?
A catch-22. It's your gums are bleeding because you're not flossing, and then, you don't floss because your gums are bleeding, and it's a vicious cycle.
I'm very confused.
Well, never mind. Okay, so how's the smoking coming along?
Look, I can quit smoking anytime I want, and I know this because I've done it hundreds of times before. I just can't do it right now because I'm going through an awful lot right now in my life.
Let's just check your health history, okay? All right. Okay, so taking the hydrochlorothiazide?
I'm sorry?
Never mind. Anyways, how else are you doing?
I just can't talk about it. I'm going through a really hard time right now, so
Oh, what's going on, Mrs. B?
I can't tell you. It's just too awful.
All right. Why don't we just look inside? Okay. Nothing really big. Oh my! biggest cavity I've ever seen.
The biggest cavity I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm nervous enough, Sandra, without you having to say it twice.
I didn't say it twice, that was an echo.
Sandra, you're always trying to make me feel comfortable. I just wish I could feel comfortable right now, but I'm just having a really hard time. Is it hot in here?
Oh, yes, the thermostat's always set on toast.
Yeah.
Now, you know, Mrs. B, you don't actually have to floss all of your teeth.
I don't?
No, just the ones you want to keep.
Oh, that's great to know. You're kidding me. I'm sorry. I see what you did there.
So anyhow, tell me what else is going on.
Nothing. I just can't talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to need complete sentences.
My husband is having an affair. Oh, my husband is seeing someone else.
I know what an affair is, Mrs. B. What indicates that he's having an affair for you?
Well, for one thing, he's taking a lot more showers, and if that isn't some sort of telltale sign, I don't know what is.
I'm sorry, what? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. How is him taking more showers a sign that he's having an affair? That doesn't make much sense. Maybe he would just like to be cleaner.
Well, it tells you what you know about getting old, for goodness sake. I mean, the older we get, the less we want to do this, the less energy we have. I mean, even me, like, I just have just enough energy to take a whore bath.
A what?
A whore bath, you know, when you hear, you know.
Okay, I get it. All right. That still doesn't mean that, you know.
Well, how
He's
about
having an affair.
the fact that he's less frisky? I mean, that must mean something. I mean, he falls asleep so early now, sometimes right after dinner.
Oh, you did say he's getting older. Perhaps he's just tired.
Oh, baloney. He's saving all his energy for somebody else's bedroom.
Okay. I don't think that's real true indication. But I feel terrible about this, but we really do need to get back to looking at your teeth, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Open big. Some of these crowns are getting old. We're gonna have to replace some of them. Mrs. B, this is not a reason to cry. I mean,
I'm not crying about that. I'm crying about my two-timing husband, that lecherous son of a...
here we go then.
I mean, what on earth would anyone see in him anyway?
You saw something in him at one point in time.
That was
didn't you?
years ago.
Okay. What are some things you saw in him? Think about it.
Well, he had these beautiful blue eyes, piercing blue eyes that just melted me.
Well, there you go. What else?
It sounds silly, but he used to love spending money on me. Anything I ever wanted, he always got it for me.
That's nice. Anything else?
We used to cuddle together when we were falling asleep. It just felt so safe in his arms.
He sounds lovely.
And then he used to ask me questions and really listen to the answer. He wanted to actually hear what I had to say.
He sounds like a decent man.
He was. But now, and he also had this aftershave that he used to wear, and it just drove me wild. Old Spice. Anytime you put it on, oh, the whole house smelled like him. It was just glorious. But that's all over. I don't know how it is. My marriage has failed.
Your marriage hasn't failed. There's no end yet.
Well, I mean, I just don't know what to do if he's obviously in love with somebody else, or he's interested in somebody else, or he doesn't care about me, because why else would he be seeing somebody?
You don't know that he's seeing somebody. Come on, let's move through with your appointment. What else? Okay. Here, calm down. Do you need some water?
Thank you.
Feel better?
Not really. so much of him, and now I can't, everything he says, I just can't stand, and I just want to, he annoys me all of the time, and I'm such a pain in the neck, I can't stand talking to myself anymore.
Oh, Mrs. B.
And there's no more.
I cannot see you going down without a fight.
I just don't know if I have any fight left in me anymore. And there's just all of those things he used to do. I mean, he used to buy me all these nice things, and now he's some tiny squeaks when he walks, for God's sake, and he never wants to do anything unless if it costs any amount of money. And
What about the cuddling?
he falls asleep in his chair, and I leave him there.
I'm sure he still has to shave.
Well, no, because he decided to go out mustache and beard, which I hate. And now when he trims it, he leaves all the hair in the sink. It's disgusting. And no more aftershave.
And what about his piercing blue eyes?
They're not looking at me anymore. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. And now he's going to go to Augusta this weekend for a golf with his friends.
Wow.
I'm certain he's bringing her instead. I'm sorry, I just can't stay. I'm going to have to reschedule this appointment. I just can't.
Okay, Mrs. B. Think about this. Might be crazy, but maybe you should hire a private detective to follow him around this weekend. That way you'll know for certain if he has somebody or not.
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know for certain.
Well, clearly not knowing is driving you crazy.
I guess. I do have a friend who might know a private detective. I guess I could give her a call.
There's a thought.
Okay. All right.
Okay, here, let's take you out the back way.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I've got to get these things done. I appreciate it. I have things to do now. Thank
Okay.
you.
Goodbye, Mrs. B.
Bye.
Good afternoon, Miss B.
Oh,
Where'd she go?
poor thing. I didn't want anyone at the front desk to see her. I had her go out back. She thinks her husband is cheating on her. Yeah. So she's got a golf trip planned to Augusta this weekend. I recommended she have a private eye follow him just to settle her nerves. Yeah. Wild, right?
So, the golf trip
Uh-huh.
to Augusta
Yes.
with her husband.
Dr. Payne, you look like you've seen a ghost. Are you okay?
No, I'm all right. I just have to make a phone call.
All right.
Benji? Yeah, hi, sweetie. Yeah. No, listen, I think we're gonna have to cancel the golf tournament. Yeah. No, I know. It's just, listen, I need your wife to start this.
Well, someone slipped out by the skin of his teeth.